In today's video, we're going to cover the fundamentals of how to make $100,000 in a month. I cannot overstate the importance of this video. If you don't watch this video and you don't action the things I'm going to say, your chances of hitting $100,000 a month are pretty much zero. Every business that achieves this number and greater has this one thing nailed. So the one thing that allowed me to make $100,000 in 1 month was having my offer perfected and dialed in. Without my offer dialed in, I probably would have honestly made about 20% of what I did that month. I cannot overstate the importance of having a good offer. So in this video, we're going to break down how to create a no-brainer killer offer for your agency, coaching, or consulting business. The first thing that you need to understand is that literally nothing else matters if your offer is not perfected. You can have all the traffic in the world, you can be running ads, you can be doing content, you can be doing outreach, but if your offer isn't really attractive to your audience, no one is going to buy from you. That is the simple, plain, hard truth. And you can have the best offer in the world and you don't need a lot of traffic and you're actually going to turn that into money. There's people with 1,000 subscribers on YouTube who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month because their offer is dialed in. The reason for this is because you don't just want to acquire traffic with your business, you need to actually convert it into sales. It's no good having tons and tons and tons of traffic if it's not going anywhere. And this is the reason why there's thousands of outreach agencies and lead gen agencies in the market, but only a few of them actually work because most of them are focused on trying to do as much as possible, right? So I'm going to break it down for you and demonstrate with this example. So say we've got like a water can, right? That's watering some plants, yeah? So we've got a little flower here that's being watered. This is the water in the bucket, and look, we're watering the flower, okay? Now, what happens is most lead gen agencies, and what you're probably doing is thinking, oh, I just need to top the water up in this can all the time. I need to put as much water in there as possible. With emails, right? So like doing email outreach, collecting more leads, right? Running more ads, doing more content, okay? And you're filling up this can. But what people don't realize is the offer, right, is effectively like how much water can actually come out the end of the can. It might be like the diameter here of this pipe, right? Now, if you don't have your offer optimized, you can put all of the water in the can that you want, but nothing's going to come out the other end. And this is genuinely a visual representation of most businesses now. They just try and send as many emails as they can, try and reach out to as many leads as you can, do as much content as you can, put money into ads. But you don't have your conversion mechanism dialed in, right? Whereas people with a good offer, it's like the same as just having same size water can, right? But then they've got a really opened up end of it, right? The big sort of diameter here. And it just allows much more water to flow out even with the same amount of traffic. So if you use water in the can as the example of the traffic and the sales as what's coming out the end, with the offer, you can open it up and effectively make a lot more sales. So changing your offer is truly what lets the water flow and cash flow out of your business. The offer is what genuinely creates demand. Okay, not sending more emails, not running more ads, not posting more content, not reaching out to more leads. The offer is the only thing that is responsible for creating more demand for your service. So right now, I'm gonna break down for you how you can go from this, right, to sending loads of emails, reaching out to loads of leads, doing all this activity, but not seeing anything out the other end, to this, right? Doing the same amount of activity, but actually reaping the rewards of your efforts and making sales and making money. Right, so we're going to metaphorically open up this diameter of your water can and we're going to make it rain. So let's get into it. So first thing that we need to do is make your offer more attractive. So you might be wondering, how do we do this? You effectively need to figure out what most business owners are actually interested in, right? And I'm going to save you the time so you don't have to research this or ask ChatGPT. What business owners are interested in, like me, is making more money, making more revenue, right? And making more sales. They're all effectively the same thing. It all increases the bottom line of my business. And just as importantly, you need to figure out what business owners aren't interested in. So this is what makes us happy as a business owner. And what makes us not happy is high amounts of risk, right? Doing everything myself, right? I don't want to do that. It's low leverage. And waiting a long time, right? Waiting. Me, that makes me unhappy. I hate waiting. So if we understand that business owners want more money, right? They want more revenue, they want more sales, but they don't want to risk things, they don't want to have to do everything themselves, and they don't want to wait. That means we can construct any offer, any service-based offer, to appeal to these variables. So when I personally construct an offer or restructure an offer, I want to ask myself these 5 questions, right? So what they are is, number 1 is, how do I make the client more money? How do I make clients richer? Okay, so if I ask myself this question, I need to figure out how I can make the person I'm working with more money and make them richer. Because if your offer doesn't currently do this, you need to restructure your offer. If your offer is not based around making people more money, you need to restructure it. Because ultimately that is what business owners will truly be interested in. And this is a way to literally double or triple the amount of interest in your service, is if you can directly correlate it to how it makes people more money. Number 2 is, how do I remove risk? Okay, so how do I remove as much risk as possible from the business owner that I'm offering my service to? Because ultimately he doesn't want to take risk. It might be I put a guarantee in place where if I don't hit certain metrics, he gets some of his money back, or I work for free until I do. But we need to remove risk to make it more attractive for them. So if you don't have that in your offer, you need to add it in. Number 3 is, how quickly can I achieve this result, right? So how fast? Ultimately, the faster that I can achieve the result for the client, the more attractive my offer will be, the more likely I'll be to make sales. So not only does our offer have to get a result quickly, but we have to be able to tell the client in our elevator pitch or the actual offer pitch how quickly it's going to get them there, right? So they can visualize it in their head. So instead of just saying, we can help you make more sales, you can say, we can help increase your sales by 37% in the next 30 days, right? Which puts a time frame on things. So not only do we have to do it quicker, but we have to more importantly give the time frame, right, in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days, in the next 90 days, so it will anchor that time in the client's head and make it easier for us to sell our offer. So number 4, the 4th question we need to ask ourselves when creating our offer is, how do we remove as much friction as possible from the client, okay? Remove friction. This could be friction in terms of them doing the work that they might not want to do. So if we say, okay, yeah, we've got a great offer, we can increase your sales, we can increase your revenue, you're not, if it doesn't work for you, you don't have to pay, and you can do it in the next 30 days, but you have to do 1,000 dials every 2 days non-stop. That's a lot of work for the client, and they're not going to want to do it. It's not an attractive offer because there's a lot of friction for them to actually get their end result. So you need to remove friction, make it as easy for them as possible by saying either we'll do it or we have the systems in place that are ready to be implemented in your company, etc., etc. But basically think of removing friction as much as possible, okay? That will help make your offer more attractive. And then the 5th and final thing that you need to put in your offer is how to prove that you've done this before for someone similar to that client, right? So simply put proof. Okay, because it's all us good saying, oh, we can make you so much more money, you won't have to do anything, it's going to happen really quickly, and if we don't get you the result, you get your money back, which is a lot of offers online these days. But what most people lack is the proof, okay? So if you can focus on the proof and you can prove that either you've done it yourself or you've done it for someone else, it's going to make the whole offer much more attractive and much more believable for the client looking at it. So let's actually break down and go to a real world example. So Jack is the handy cameraman that's going to come in as the assistant. So this is unscripted, but let's just break it down. This is going to be a real world example. So, Jack, shall I take the mic off and hand it over to you so you can speak into it? Basically, if you don't mind, could you tell the camera and the people watching what you do? Just in one sentence. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Yeah.
So basically, I do videography for content creators, and I also do video editing.
Okay, fantastic. So let's say videography and video editing for content creators, okay? So the real world example is Jack does editing for content creators, okay? So effectively, what we need to say here is turn this into an elevator pitch, right? That you can tell content creators. So content creators is our audience. That's great. We've already got it niched down, which is a good step. But now let's answer these 5 questions. So how would you make content creators richer with your service?
How would I make content creators richer?
Yeah.
By producing views, which lead to more sales.
Sales, okay, perfect. So we've got views, ads, etc.
Yeah,
okay, so ads is good. So already you've got angles where you could help people basically increase their views, increase the amount of leads they've got, increase their sales, and increase conversion rate of ads. Yeah. That's things that you can go off. That's like actual mechanisms. So that's how you can make them richer, okay? How would you remove risk for your clients?
I could give them like a guarantee.
Boom.
Like there we guarantee go. X amount of views or you get your money back, for example.
Yeah, so we can put a guarantee there, okay? And he said money back as well, so just put that, money back. Boom. That's meant to be a 3. Right, so what's the third one? How fast, how quickly could you get someone results in terms of leads, ads, converting at a higher rate, etc.? How quickly do you think you could do that?
How quickly?
Yeah.
A few months?
Few months.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we want to say, we don't want to say few months, because that'll probably sound too long,
Yeah, yeah.
but a few months, let's say 90 days.
90 days.
Yeah? For some reason, if you just say days,
Yeah, it
sounds
like
shorter.
less time.
yeah? Exactly. So we've got 90 days, remove friction. Do you do this work for your clients? Do they have to do anything themselves? What's that process like?
So it depends. Like sometimes I do videography, so I'll film it for them. I can
Yep.
like help direct the videos a little bit, and I'll do all the editing.
Film, direct, and edit. So they pretty much don't have to do much, right?
Yeah, they just come up with like the basic video idea. I can even help with that. And
Okay.
then they obviously have to record the video, which is
Okay,
the longest
amazing.
part.
And then number 5, proof. Have you helped any content creators before?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I've got some
yeah?
results for people.
Nice. Have you got
YouTube.
any results that you can put into numbers?
I guess so. Yeah, I could say I've produced X amount of views over
Yeah?
the last 6 months for this client.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we can say that. Okay, cool. So produced.
I could also get some testimonials for like my videography
XYZ.
clients.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. All right, okay, cool. So now instead of just saying, you know, we do editing and we do videography for content creators, you could say, we help content creators. We help content creators, and there's a few different angles here. I'm gonna write two different ones down, okay?
Yeah.
So you could say, we help content creators increase their ad conversion rate by 37%, right? So what you want to do is say, that's the end result. We help content creators increase their ad conversion by 37%. You could also put sales, you could also put lead flow.
Yeah.
But basically you want to put the outcome here. We help content creators increase their ad conversion rate by 37% through our unique, and then you want to put this, number 4, into a mechanism. Okay, so this is what we're going to put. Okay, so this is the unique way we're going to frame it.
Yeah.
We're going to say through our unique 3-point production process.
Yeah.
The 3-point is film, direct, and edit.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and 3-point just adds a bit of intrigue.
Yeah.
So we're going to say 3-point production process. Okay, so that's like the headline offer. We help content creators increase their ad conversion rate or lead flow by 37% through our unique 3-point production process. Then what we'd say is, if you do not increase your lead flow by 37% in the next 90 days, you get your money back. All right? So I know people watching this probably can't even see that because my handwriting's so terrible. But basically what we've gone from is just editing and doing videography for content creators to helping content creators increase their ad conversion rate by 37% through our unique 3-point production process. If you do not increase your lead flow by 37% in the next 90 days, you get your money back. Now, if you put that into a message, instead of just saying we help do editing and things like that, I guarantee you will get more interest.
Okay.
Yeah. So even if you had that like in your Instagram bio or something like that, or on a landing page on your website, it's just generally better than just having like an about me section or a services section that just says editing, videography, because it goes through all of this. It makes them more money, right? It makes them richer. It removes risk. We've got guarantees. It says how quickly we can do it. It removes friction because we have our unique 3-point production process. And the last thing you could do is just, if this is on your landing page, add a load of proof.
Okay.
Yeah, or you could say, we help content creators increase their ad conversion rate by 37%, like we have done for 127 plus creators.
Yeah.
So you can add it there if you want. But that's pretty much what we would want to do. Does that sort of make sense in terms of the steps you'd need to follow to make that more attractive? So I think that's pretty much it for how to make the offer more attractive. But the truth is, this isn't for everyone. This is only for the ambitious few business owners, because you need to put yourself out there, especially with removing risk, right? If you're willing to put guarantees on your service, which I recommend, then you're going to go a lot further. It's not going to be easier. It's in fact going to be harder in fulfillment. It's going to be harder to manage your expectations. But you need to do things like this if you want to push yourself out there, push yourself out of your comfort zone, and really take your business to the next level. So as I've said, this is only for the ambitious few. And if you are one of those ambitious few, then I'm opening up a couple slots for one-to-one exclusive mentorship with myself. We're going to take your business, restructure your offer like we've done with Jack here. We're going to increase your client acquisition process, have more calls in your calendar, and then we're also going to maximize your sales conversion process as well, whether that's a 1-call close, 2-call close. We'll go through all of that. But if you are interested in that and working with myself directly, then I have a link in the description that you can press. You can speak with me and we can talk about it. But if not, hope you've enjoyed that video. Hopefully you get to take some things away about how to make your offer more attractive. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Harriet.
My man.